Hi guys, welcome to our first episode with Growing and Glowing. And this is your boy Brand.
And your girl Wens.
And today on our first episode, like we said on our previous video, we are gonna be talking about
New Year's resolutions.
yes, and we're gonna be talking about helpful tips and things you can do before to prepare yourself for a successful year.
Yeah, so this episode is going to be about helping you guys reach your New Year resolutions. We're going to give you some tips and just our opinions of how you can actually stick to them and what can you do to help you reach your goals.
Yeah, just because we want everyone to start off on a good note, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like preparing yourself for anything
Mm-hmm.
is like major key in being successful, right?
Exactly.
And like, what better than year than to start at the beginning of the year when you have a fresh, clean plate to start with?
And we know it's February, guys. Sorry, our apologies. We're a little busy for January.
Yes.
But it's never too late to start your New Year resolutions. January was just a trial run, guys. Like that's it, and we are ready. February, we're gonna take over, and we're gonna help you guys get there.
Yes. And once again, like you said, sorry for us being a little backtrack. You know, life gets hard. So we were talking about the New Year's resolution stuff. Like, what are things that are like tips or tricks that helps us like be successful for like whatever we're planning?
In order for you to reach any goal to start off with, you need discipline, right?
Correct. Yes.
No matter how badly you want something, if you don't have discipline, you're not going to reach it. Like you can go to the class, you can show up, but if you're not showing up constantly, if you're not putting in the work, you're never going to reach that goal. And ultimately, it all comes down to how hard you are on yourself because nobody else is going to push you to that goal.
Yeah, and it's mostly like putting like yourself out there and just doing what you need to do, even though you don't get a result immediately. Like just having that, keeping that routine on, keeping going, like no matter what, like it is gonna end up, being a good habit and helping you out,
Yeah.
like in the long run, you know.
Yeah.
Even if it takes longer than other people, like that you're on your own journey, and that's why like disciplining yourself and putting like rules and being strict on yourself, like will really like take you far, right?
Yeah. So the way I see discipline is basically even when you're feeling down, when you're feeling sick, when you don't want to, you go out there and you do it. There's days where obviously we're not our best selves and we don't feel like doing the stuff we want to do, but we know at the end it's gonna be to our benefit. It's gonna help us in the long run. So really just motivating yourself and finding ways to help you stay motivated is gonna be really helpful for you guys to reach your goals. How do you see discipline or how would you define
Like,
discipline?
what's the plan for me would be just because like how I am as a person, like I need to like discipline myself and like time track myself and like small things like that, like time tracking myself, just reminding
Yeah.
myself constantly of like, oh, you need to do this because I will like procrastinate. So that's my biggest thing. Like I'm struggling with like procrastination. Like that's like where I'm like, okay, like I need to like not waste too much time on doing one thing because I know I can get things done. It's just like sometimes it just takes me like
Yeah.
longer than it should, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm like. That's my biggest thing on discipline. Like just knowing what are like your not your flaws, but what are things that takes you more time to be successful. Like focusing on smaller things and like putting in the work. Not just like, oh no, just not just calling it out like, oh yeah, like I'm bad at this, but like trying to change the habit.
Yeah,
That's how I
absolutely.
see it.
Yeah, I like that. And I think what discipline requires is, like Brian said, a lot of time management. You have to learn to manage your time, and time is so crucial. Like a lot of us go around saying like, "Oh, I don't have time to do this. Like I wish I could, but I don't have the time." But realistically, we have 24
I
hours
was
in the
about to say
day.
that. Yeah.
So it's like you have the time. You're just not making the time.
Yeah.
Let me repeat that. You have the time. You're not making the time.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Like
Yeah.
and obviously it's not nothing easy to do. Sometimes you're gonna have to wake up earlier or go to bed late or maybe sleep in a little bit earlier to help you with your schedule and getting used to this set routine. And it's not just I'm gonna do it for one day. No, you have to make a routine for a whole week, a whole month, and really get used to it and make sure you're sticking to it.
Yeah, like you have like a trial run,
Mm-hmm.
like just put like little like goals to yourself and try to complete those goals. If you look good, you feel good, then you're gonna do a good job.
Exactly. And that's the key, guys. Like you have to feel good to perform. If you don't feel good yourself, you're not gonna give your best performance, whether it be at work, at school, wherever it is that you're going that
Whatever,
day.
yeah.
You're not gonna be your best self, and we want you to be the best version of yourself. And that's why this having a routine and discipline to stick to the routine is so crucial for you guys. You look good. You're gonna, like I said, perform better, and you're gonna be your most authentic self. You're gonna feel more comfortable around people because you're able to express yourself through your looks, through how you dress, through how you do your makeup, your hair, all of that goes into account as to how you're gonna perform throughout the day.
Yes. And then you just doing that, like automatically people are gonna start noticing. Like you feeling good, you're gonna look good, and that's the most important part of like us doing this. You know, it's like you wanna feel like you're good enough to do what you do. You know.
Yeah, because we want you guys to be comfortable enough to be your authentic self and for other people to love the version that you are. And why would you want to hide that person? You shouldn't have to hide the person you are. And you should give yourself that time to really express yourself through your looks.
Yes.
And looks aren't just everything, but they do really factor into how you portray yourself and how you portray yourself to others. And if you go to work looking like a bum, you're not gonna get the respect you deserve. Like honestly, like people aren't gonna trust you as much. But if you go looking super clean, with a smile on your face, and you vibrate so differently, and people give you like more trust, and they acknowledge you more, and you're respected more.
People don't realize that putting like self care, all that stuff, be preparing yourself is discipline. You know.
Yeah.
And like it does tie in with discipline. You're not just like doing it to like, for yourself, but more for like, mental health and like to help you like perform and do what you need to do and just feel better.
I like that point a lot. Going to mental health. Mental health is very important. And if you want to get to your goals this year, if you want to do whatever it is that you're choosing to do, whether it be starting school or getting this new job, starting a podcast, like your mental health has to come
Along
first.
with it.
If you're not mentally prepared to face the challenges coming with those obstacles, you're not going to be able to overcome them. You need to be mentally prepared to know that, hey, like life isn't easy always, and there are going to be challenges. Maybe there's days where you're not going to stick to your routine, and it's happened to us. Like there's
Same.
days where I went like weeks without my routine, and I felt so horrible. Like it took a mental toll on me, and I got depressed, and I was just not in a good pace.
Not a good week.
Yeah, exactly. And I realized that when I don't do my routine, I'm not myself. I really am not, and I can see it in myself, and others can see it. My partner can see it, and it sucks. But when I get into my routine, I'm a completely different person, and that's why I feel like having a routine is really important because it's helped me, and I've seen the benefits in it.
Yeah, like discipline yourself and have a routine and look good and show up and do a good job. Basically, and that's why honestly having discipline like it's really important and it's a key factor in any successful story. Key factor is gonna be discipline.
Like any famous person or anyone you look up to, damn well they have the discipline to do that thing that they're so good at today every single day. And they continue to work on themselves because that's what you have to do. You have to make a sacrifice and you have to really put yourself on track to achieve bigger things in life.
Yes, and all the people like they learn discipline and they apply it to whatever they do, and it's why it takes them so far because they're disciplined and they already know that what they need to do and they do what they do.
Exactly. There's no point of us, giving you guys all these tips and like all of these other helpful tools if you guys aren't gonna have the discipline to do it. Like go out and buy yourself a calendar. Write your schedule. Write what you have to do. Like I'm gonna go to sleep at this time. I'm gonna wake up at this time. I'm gonna give myself an hour to get ready. I'm gonna go to the gym on these days, and these days are my rest day. Yeah. Have something that you are gonna be accountable for yourself. Because with the calendar, you can easily put check mark, like I did that, and you feel so great achieving something and physically seeing like I did that.
Yeah. Having your routine, like your week set, like that automatically is so much better than just showing up, like, for fitness, like showing up. If you already have to have your week planned out and like your split set, like you wouldn't have to just show up to the gym and be like, take long and be like, oh, what am I going to hit? You can just go straight to it and then, you kill it and then you have enough time. You've killed the time you would have killed than taking longer and you can do other stuff. And not overwork yourself out in a week. It's not good to be overworked because you just feel tired and like slumped and it's just not a good feeling.
Yeah, not having a plan, like it's not gonna take you anywhere. Like going back to the gym, if you're trying to, get fit this year, if you go in without a plan, you're just gonna be wasting your time in there. Like it's better to learn something, to basically plan out your day. Today's gonna be my arm day, tomorrow's my leg day. Stuff like that's gonna really help you. And if you don't know how to do something, don't be shy. Just go for it. Look at YouTube videos. Look at TikToks. Yes. There's so many tools out there for you to use, and you're just not using them. You can try it. Try it out. Like we all started somewhere. Those gym buddies out there all started somewhere, and it's just gonna take time and progress is gonna show eventually.
Yes, and it all just ties on to having that discipline. Everyone, like in those videos, like they look the way they look because they've disciplined themselves, they've set their goals, and they're doing what they need to do. And that's I know it's easier done than said, but it's not impossible for anyone to do that. I look back to when I was like less disciplined because I don't want to say I'm like fully disciplined right now. I still have so much to learn, but back to when I like was less disciplined, like it was just harder for me to do things. Like I would like work out the same, but like I just wouldn't see results.
Yeah.
And it was just like harder on my mental health, and it took like a toll on it, which is why it's important for like you like if you feel like you're like in a bad mental spot, like maybe having that disciplining yourself and putting a routine down like will move you out of like a spot,
Yeah.
than to just rather stay stuck in the same habits and just get nowhere,
Once you see you're able to do something and you're able to achieve it, it's gonna give you this vote of confidence in yourself, and you're just gonna feel so much more alive, so much more um, credible with yourself. Like you're able to do anything you can, anything you want to now. You can achieve anything if you don't have credibility, meaning like if you don't hold yourself up to certain things, how do you know you're able to achieve this super big thing that you want? Let's say, like us, that we wanted to start a podcast. How did we know we were capable of doing this podcast? Because we're already capable of getting up so early to work out. We're
correct.
capable of doing our jobs. We're capable of doing what we're supposed to do during our days with our routines. We knew, like, we've been doing this for almost a year. Like, we have the discipline, we have the confidence, we have the routine set to be able to manage this within our lives and put it into our lives and just really go for it. And we know you guys can do the same as well.
Because we took the time to discipline ourselves, and like she said, like we would wake up ready to go work out. It would be 3 in the morning. I would have to go in at 6 in the morning. I would still do that. I would have to come out around 2, and then I would still have to like do
Yeah.
laundry. I also have to clean my room because I don't like being dirty. And then my family members are like clean freaks, so I can't be dirty either. And it's just things like that, like I was able to time myself over here, and like it would just be crazy to me because when I feel like I would tell people about it, they'd look at me like, really?
Yeah.
They're like
Yes.
gonna be like, how was your morning? And I was like, I'm already on my I had my
Yeah.
breakfast. I already had this done. They're like, really? And I was like, yeah. But I'm like, it's just because I've done it for so long, So it's easy to me to come now because I disciplined myself and showed up a little late. I would still show up.
Yes.
So that's like the thing. Don't feel like you can't show up just if you show up a little late. Like for me, the big part for me is like showing up.
Yes, and that's the most important part. I love that you said that because
Yeah.
just show up.
Yeah, exactly.
Please.
Just show up.
Just do that. That's all you have to do every day. Even if you have the shittiest workout ever, trust me,
Yes.
showing up after you feel like, okay, you know what? At least I woke up and I went and I did that, and you're gonna feel so much better. Like it's just this sense of pride in yourself and accomplishment. Like I said, just show the fuck up, please. Yes. Wake up, do it.
That ass. And I wish I would have had someone tell me that because that would have like helped me so much to like my younger self. Because I didn't show up to certain things because I didn't feel like worthy or whatever it was. But I'm like thinking back to it now that I'm older. I'm like I should have just showed up.
Yeah.
Like it was easier honestly than done. Like just I should have showed up.
Yeah, tell yourself, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna do this, even if it's for 30 minutes, even if it's for 10 minutes, do a little 10-minute workout in your room. Who cares? Just show up for yourself and be able to check that box. Like I did that, yes. And now because I did that, tomorrow I'm gonna do 20 minutes. Tomorrow I'm gonna do 30 minutes, and
exactly.
Increments, and soon enough, you're gonna be doing a whole 2 hours at the gym. You're gonna be doing a whole 2 hours of whatever you want to do, and then slowly enough, within a year, you're gonna have this whole routine set up for you, and you're gonna look back and like, wow, I did that. Like I've been doing this for a year. Like this is crazy how much you can grow if you just set like little accomplishments in your life and a little bit discipline and you show up.
Yeah, and so the people who are scared, like, oh no, a year is too much. You guys are gonna be surprised how fast the year goes. For me personally, I don't know about you, ones, but the year where I started like my whole like healing, fitness, like mental health journey, like the year went by the fastest I ever like in my life has ever went because not only did I go back to school, like I was able to go back to school and do like a full-time job basically being a trainer like something and like other stuff like do that in 1 year. That's what I was like you'll be surprised how fast like it can be done. If you wanted to, you could do it.
Yeah, I just want to add on like besides discipline, easier if you want to reach your goals, invest in yourself. Like I know some of us struggle financially and it can be hard, but find ways to really save yourself some money and invest in what you want to do. Money aside, make some sacrifices. At the end of the day, it's gonna take sacrifice. Investing in yourself can be financially and also can be like non-financially. So you can invest, like I said, money in yourself. You can also invest time in yourself because at the end of the day, that ties back to discipline and having this mental health set. You want to be your best possible version of yourself because if you're not, like I said, it's gonna be harder for you to reach that. So I like to invest time in myself. For example, I like to do my meditations. I did like to do my yoga, and I like to read to really help me mentally prepare myself throughout the days to help me live a better life.
Like I invest like in myself, like my skincare stuff. I would like as well. I don't meditate, but I do watch like a relaxing podcast, and I that's like my meditation. And I also like listen to like high vibrational music. That helps me a lot. A lot of like affirmations. Like I'm like
Self
yeah,
affirmations.
self
Those are the
affirmations.
best, guys.
Like invest in yourself and stop doing things that aren't helping you. You know, like if you go all out, stop doing that. Not like limit yourself and just be disciplined and like do things that are gonna help you be healthier, better.
Time for yourself throughout the day is really going to help you. And then financially, if you're trying to save up for something, then make a plan for yourself.
Yeah.
I like to the first of the month I pay all my bills. I make sure even if it's not due the first of the month, I'll pay everything. And in that first 2 weeks, I'll be a little broke, and that's fine. But I know the next check is big money, and I'll have to pay any bills because all my money is gonna be for me. And I like to basically save that check and put it into my savings account and use for whatever it is I'm going to use it for, or for what I'm planning to use it for. So that's something you guys can do. Like pay your bills, the first of the month, everything that you can, but do the most that you can. And then during, that second check, you can use that check to really invest in yourself. Buy yourself some skin products,
Yes.
buy yourself whatever it is you need to invest in the stock market, invest in your business, pull 70% in there and then keep the rest for yourself or any emergencies. Just really learn to manage your money.
Yes.
And figure out what the fuck you're spending on. Because I have such a bad habit before to just spend without even knowing what I'm spending on.
That was me. Like I was just like forgetting. And honestly, like I have like ADHD, whatever. Like I'll forget to do things, and it's just like would bite me in the butt. Which is why it like ties on to being like disciplined, like calculate yourself, calculate your finances, and buy like when like Wendy said, like buy yourself a calendar, write down your days where like important bills are due. That way you don't miss them, and just keep yourself calculated and just self-aware so you're not like struggling because that's something like I struggled with like before. I wouldn't like calculate myself and I would be like short something and it just wouldn't be like it wouldn't feel good to not like have that because like being broke is not good feeling,
nobody wants to feel broke or be
yeah,
broke,
dead
sure.
ass. Like no one wants to be broke.
But if you really start to manage your money, you're gonna feel so much more responsible, and like, hey, if I can manage this, I know I can manage this, and you just get this once again self confidence and accomplishment in yourself as well.
Another way to invest yourself with finding a hobby that is like beneficial for you during quarantine. Like I did a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Like I learned how to put on nails. Like I like did makeup and stuff. That helped me out a lot. Well, because whenever I feel like I was having like bad mental days, like I would like do stuff like that. So I feel like keeping a hobby would help your mental health a lot as well. Because you never know. What if you can do something with the hobby? You learn like be skillful.
Yeah, exactly. Something else you guys can do that's really helped me a lot is learn something new. Like
Yes.
I wasn't really into the whole like meditation and like all of this, like
Spiritual stuff.
Like I didn't believe in it. Like honestly, like I did not. And
I wasn't a believer.
But then I started seeing brands over here
Yes.
glowing and everything. And I'm like, you know what? I was like, yeah, no, seriously, I would
Nice, so
see you
cute.
and I'd be like, oh, he's doing so good.
Yes.
Like what is he doing? Like I want to do that too. And eventually, like brands started teaching me like all this
Yes.
stuff, and it really opened my eyes and got me curious. And once I started getting curious, I myself started doing like some research, watching videos, and then like I finally started to get it, and like I started to learn all these new stuff. And that's when my self healing journey started. Yes. And I haven't stopped since. I love this new journey, and it's been great.
If you take the time to learn, like you can find out that it could be really skillful.
Just be curious, ask questions, yes. Just find whatever it is that you like. If you want to start a business, start looking at it, start looking at websites to build it, or like watch YouTubers that are going to help you. Just go out there, be curious, ask the questions, and really do your own research, because knowledge is so powerful, guys. Like once you have so much knowledge and you realize there's so much more you can do.
Exactly. Being like self-aware of what's going on.
Exactly.
Basically,
Yeah.
because I don't know. I just like I don't know if it's just a nosy in me, but I just like to be like really aware of what's going on.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and how do you expect to really succeed in your field that you're trying to succeed in if you don't know anything about it? Like realistically, like you can't just say I'm gonna open a business and not know a clue about how to run it.
Like you can't throw yourself into like a situation if you didn't do like you didn't like really research, like you didn't take the time to like invest or anything. Like you can't just throw yourself out there and think you're gonna win, you know?
Yeah.
You have to take the time and just actually like be aware. That way you're not, backtracking. You're ready and set to do what you need to do, you know?
Oh yeah, definitely. And that's why we're going back to time management being so crucial. Like, give yourself an hour, 30 minutes, 10 minutes a day. Just learn something new. Invest in what it is that you want to succeed in. Really take that time and make it for yourself. I want to go back to now, like helping you guys set a routine that's gonna help you
Yes.
throughout your day. Um, to start off, I want you guys to start waking up early if you can. Like really wake wake up early. Put one alarm and try not to put like these 20 alarms to wake you up
Yes.
in the morning because that is so bad for you guys. Like, trust me.
Yes. That just makes it, I don't know, personally, that just makes me more tired than
Yeah,
if I were to wake
yeah.
up on the first, like,
Mm-hmm.
alarm.
Going back to like that whole only one alarm thing, it's gonna already be a discipline you're gonna set in yourself because if you're able to wake up on the dot within that first alarm, that's gonna already set you for throughout the day. Because if you do multiple alarms and you keep pushing and snoozing, you're already telling yourself like, oh, it's such a bad day. I don't want to get
Yes.
up. I don't want to do this, and that's what we don't want. We don't want this negative energy and this negative talk to start off your day. So really try to wake up on your first alarm, and when you wake up, do self affirmations. Tell
Yes.
yourself today is gonna be a good day, even if it's gonna be the worst day of your
Like,
life.
yes.
Do it.
Yeah, exactly. Just not like, don't go straight onto your phone
Mm-hmm.
and like, start scrolling. Like, wake up,
Yeah.
take 3 deep breaths for me,
Mm-hmm.
and just really realize, soak in that you're awake and all that stuff.
That
And
you're
then just,
alive, that you're
yeah,
breathing.
correct. And then just throw it, like, that's how I start personally. Like, I need to,
Mm-hmm.
like, breathe to make sure I'm okay and stuff.
I
Daily
do the
routine?
same thing. Yeah, like I wake up in the first alarm and I just tell myself it's gonna be a great day. It's gonna be a beautiful day. Today's gonna be the best day ever.
Yes.
And you know what? It really does help because subconsciously programming your mind to have a good day already.
Yes.
Instead of you saying that's gonna be the worst day of your life, you're gonna already tell your brain, I'm gonna have a bad day. That's what you're doing by doing that. So
Yes.
you really want to wake up feeling happy, feeling grateful to be alive and to be present, to be in your warm room with the warm blanket on that so many people, believe it or not, don't have. And just because, you know, we live in this, beautiful country and we're a little bit more well off than other countries, we don't realize how much we have compared to
Yes.
others.
Correct. Wake up and then just immediately start being positive, basically.
Yeah. In the
Yeah. Oh,
morning,
yes.
do your bed, guys. I'm telling you, it is a game
Yes,
changer.
I testify because
Mm-hmm.
I recently, I was like the biggest one that became my best for the longest. But now that I like realize like it does make me feel a little like more
Yeah,
like
right?
accomplished. Like
Mm-hmm.
somehow I feel accomplished because now
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at my bed. I'm like, I made it. Like,
Yeah,
like
I'm telling you. The reason behind that is basically if you do your bed in the morning, you already set a goal for the day. Like you already feel accomplished, like, oh, like I'm leaving my room nice and clean.
first task, good.
Yeah, and that's already gonna set you for the rest of the day. Now your mind already told you, like, oh, we did that. So then we can do more stuff. So now you are more prepared to take on the day. But if you guys have a shitty day and you come to your room, at least your bed's done. At least you
Yes.
don't have to come and still do your bed and move all the clothes and move all the sheets. No, like you come to a nice bed. You still feel at least
Yes.
relaxed and in peace.
It does. And honestly, when I would come home and I'd see like I have to do this and then I have to still do my bed, I'd be like, oh.
It's dreadful. Like,
Yes.
I already had a bad day, and now to get home and still do my bed and still do this, like,
For real.
yeah.
Like that's what else you want to do.
Exactly. But doing that in the morning, trust me, it's gonna help you a lot.
Wake up,
Mm-hmm.
be positive affirmations, and then second thing is do your bed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then what is the third thing you do?
Third thing, put at least an hour for you to get ready. Because honestly, you can't do it in 30 minutes, guys. Like, I can't do it in 30 minutes.
I can't even, honestly, realistically, I can't do it even in 10 minutes.
Yeah, same.
I hate it so much. I can't.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm that type of person who'll be like, yeah, I'll be ready in an hour, and I'm not. Like, that's why,
Yes.
to be safe, do an hour and 30 minutes.
I'm
Because I
Mr.
do.
Fashionably late.
Yeah, yeah. But that's something I'm working on, and that's something that I've always had to work on. But really giving myself like an hour, hour and a half to
Yes.
really, get ready has helped me so much. Because I wouldn't really get ready back then, and I would struggle a lot with that because I would wake up late and in mood, and I just want to go back to sleep. And now, like, I get ready, I do my skincare, do my hair, I make sure to look pretty for work, and it's not for people at work. No, it's for myself.
And honestly, same. Even like for me, people who work
Mhm.
early shifts, my
Mhm.
routine, now that I like can get ready for work and stuff, that makes me feel so much better and more
Yeah.
awake too. Like then
Mhm.
me getting ready and just doing what I have to do and just like feeling like that. Like no, like I realize that I get ready, I do my hair nice, I like do a little bit of makeup, whatever, and like I perfume myself down, like my whole routine,
Mhm.
and I show up and I just feel so much like better.
Yeah, like you actually want to be there.
Yeah. So that's why like it's important for you to get ready to like do
Mhm.
anything because it just makes you feel better.
Yeah, like even if you're going to grocery shop, get ready. Trust me, you're gonna feel so much better
Excuse me.
doing it. And I do that same thing. I make sure to have my hair done for work, to have at least a little bit of blush, at least some mascara and eyelashes, put my perfume, where make sure that my clothes isn't wrinkled and it's nice and ironed.
Yes.
Why? Because in a day, like, you don't want to go looking like a bum. Like, people can see
No.
it.
Yes.
Like, and not just that, but if you look like a bum, you're gonna act like a bum.
Yeah.
Simple as that. And if I go looking pretty and feeling my best, I'm gonna act my best
Yes.
because that really shows your character, and it's the best way to show the type of person you are, to show your personality.
You can show up and be on 100. Like
Exactly. And
that says a lot.
yeah, we want you guys to go out looking like bad bitches because you
Yes.
guys are.
Yeah, everyone has that bad bitch in them. You just
Mm-hmm.
have to discipline yourself and put a routine down.
Yeah, because it takes time and effort. Like, I didn't just wake up like this,
No, bitch.
but
We're not Beyonce.
yeah. I'm sorry, Beyonce.
I'm fucking dead. Yes, and then going back to the routine. So
Mm-hmm.
first things first, wake up, positive affirmations. Second thing, make your bed. Third thing is get ready. What is
Uh-huh. Fourth thing, eat your breakfast.
yes.
Please eat, guys.
People who don't eat are literally like the most crankiest people, like people
Mm-hmm.
who are just always sleepy.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't want to be around that person. Like,
No,
come on
literally.
now.
I know. Thinking about it now, like I can't believe I would like not
Yeah.
eat. Like show up anywhere and I wouldn't eat. Like it's so
Yeah.
crazy. Like people need to eat, y'all. Like
Mm-hmm.
that just is so much. It's so beneficial for you.
Yeah.
But
And you
yes,
guys, we get hangry. We all get hangry. And I know I get really hangry and I am the worst person. I'm so sorry for anyone near me when I'm hangry. But that's why you gotta eat,
yes,
guys. And we've all been to school without eating. We know what it's like to just look at the clock like, I wanna go lunch. You can't even concentrate. You can't do
yes,
anything because your stomach is growling
yes,
so bad and so noisy that it's embarrassing.
yes.
So please.
Especially if you have an important thing, like
Yeah.
people who have corporate jobs or people who you don't want to like show up and like not have energy, like
Yeah.
not feel your best. Like why would you do that to yourself? You want to show up feeling good, like full, like with like
Mm-hmm.
your energy.
Eating is energy, and you're gonna feel energized once you have a good meal, not just one little banana, but a good meal.
Yes.
You need to feed your brain. You need to feed your brain for anything, especially in the morning. Breakfast is the most important
Important
meal of
meal
the
of the
day.
day.
So please eat.
Yes.
After I eat a meal, I go to work. My work day ends, I get home into my nightly routine now.
Yes.
During my nightly routine, basically, I get home, I eat my dinner, make sure it's a good dinner. After I eat my dinner, I hop in the shower and do my skincare. I do a little bit more
Nice.
affirmations. Oh, one thing that's gonna help you guys a lot is self affirmations. When
Oh yeah.
I'm doing like my skincare at night, is when I have most time compared to the morning when I feel a little bit more rushed. At night I'm a little bit more calm. I like to really like get into my skincare, say how beautiful and glowing my skin is. I do my hair routine. I get in the shower. I do some nice body scrubs and put some nice lotions, you
Nice. We love
know.
that.
And before I go to sleep, I like to put perfume because I like to
Ooh,
always smell good.
bougie bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
And I like to prepare myself for the next
Next
day.
day.
What I do. How about you?
Nice. I love that routine. Sounds like a good routine. Me personally, my routine is like I wake up earlier for work. So depending on what I have to do, if I have to do something important after my work, I will go to the gym in the morning, like around
Mm-hmm.
like 3 in the morning. If not, then I'll just from like I'll wake up 2 hours before my shift. I'll get ready. I thank the universe for waking up. I like beg like not beg, sorry. I say thank you for like keeping my family and me safe and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
then I move into getting ready because obviously I don't have that much time either in the mornings. And once I get ready, like I like to shower, do my skincare, and then I get a little ready with makeup and stuff. And I do my hair. After that, I eat a breakfast, and then I head to work, and then I do 6 to 2, and then when I'm off, if I didn't work out, I go work out, and if I did, I'll go do what I have to do after, and then that's once that's done, I'll go home, and then I'll eat my dinner, and then
Mm-hmm.
I'll start like into my nighttime routine. which is similar to yours, which is like showering, doing my skincare, my positive affirmations. I like to
Mm-hmm.
personally sage my room before I sleep
Oh, love that.
because I just like the smell of it and it just feels good.
Mm-hmm.
And thank the universe for protecting me throughout the day and just go back to sleep.
Yeah, and that's beautiful. And the reason why we're telling you guys, this basically day to day routine is because even though it seems like, oh, it's just like a little routine, how is this going to help me? Trust me, if you do yourself like a nice routine and you do this every day, soon enough, you're going to realize I can do this, which is going to set you your mind mentally for if I can stick to a routine for a whole week, for a whole month now, what makes you think that you can do what you really want to do this year, your big new year resolution? It's just gonna basically be a stepping stone into what you really want to do, because you can't expect to do something so big if you can't do something so small.
Yeah.
If you can't get up in the morning every day at the same time and have your breakfast and just basically do your routine, how do you expect to do this big thing that you want to do if you don't have any credibility behind it, if you have nothing to basically say that you can do it?
Yeah, and like just like Wendy said, before you know it, you're gonna start naturally doing it because that's how we
Mm-hmm.
started. Like now, I don't even see myself not having a routine. I don't
Yeah.
see myself not planning my financials out. I don't see myself like not doing my self care. I just don't see myself at
Yeah.
this point not doing anything because it just doesn't feel right to me no more.
Yeah, it literally becomes a habit. It's like
Yeah.
something, it's like breathing. You're literally gonna just do it without realizing it. Like for me too, it's so off putting not to do it. Like it's just not a part of me anymore. And it's become a part of us. And it's something that you want to be a part of you because it's benefiting you. It's not something that's gonna negatively impact you, but instead it's bringing your best self out.
Yes, and to me that is my definition of discipline.
Yeah.
Like applying yourself, making changes, and making those changes happen.
Yes,
Like
exactly.
that's what my definition of
Yeah.
discipline.
No, yes, definitely. I really like that definition. And Brant is right. Like, um, just really, set little goals for yourself because everything takes little baby steps. And then once you can do those baby steps, you're gonna be able to do, the big things. And that's what we want for you guys. That's why, we're trying to help you guys set a little routine, set a little bit discipline in your life.
Okay, and to wrap this video, we're just hoping that, by you watching this video, that it took a small impact and it switched something inside your beautiful brain
Hmm.
and it makes you take what we said into consideration, put your routines down, be more disciplined, and just take the time to do things that will better yourself.
And with that, we hope to see you guys next week. And we hope for you guys to keep growing
Hi,
and
glowing.
glowing. Bye.
Bye.